Hello, it is Thursday, and we are talking about Bad Blood. On today's special episode, I'll introduce everybody in a minute. Today's special episode, we have special guest Paul from Jackal Tactical. We're going to be talking about the vendors of Bad Blood.
Cool.
So with us, we got Moondog. How you doing?
Good. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. Buck, who is drinking something and probably going to choke on it.
Yep.
Mark, Archimedes, and Headkill. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Real good.
All right. Probably can hear my kids. Sorry about that. So, Paul, Jackal Tactical, what can you offer as a vendor? Broad scope of things. Like what do you want to bring to the airsoft players at Bad Blood?
Honestly, over the years, it was hard to figure out what the players at Bad Blood wanted because every year it seemed to change. We would bring this stuff one year and the next year, different stuff. So, we'll bring a huge assortment of different rifles, pistols, optics. We'll even bring a bunch of parts. I know there's a lot of guns that go down, especially last year in the rain. Had a good amount of guns go down and stuff in the rain, but we'll offer some good supplies, tactical gear, and we'll offer some teching as well. We don't know about inside the gearbox teching, but we'll help with wiring, hop-ups, buckings, barrels, stuff like that. So,
well, that's certainly super helpful for a lot of the new players who are coming out, and Bad Blood does tend to attract a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Jag arms, scatter guns.
But just a reminder to everybody, don't bring your Franken guns expecting Paul to fix your shoddy work. Bring your stuff that works. Paul and his team are going to be there. Emergency cases. They're not going to rebuild your stuff because you want something better.
No upgrades, but we'll help.
The only reason you should be bringing a Franken gun is to show me, nothing else.
Exactly. Show off your creations. That's great, but use the stuff that's actually going to work.
Don't think you're going to use it. I just want to see it.
Bring an extra gun. Don't just come to an event like this with one gun because it's airsoft. I don't care if it was $100 gun or $1,000 gun. They all break. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. You can
always
offer.
Recommend bring some form of a green gas or CO2 weapon of some kind.
Oh yeah,
or springer, just in case it rains.
Are you going to offer any kind of any pyro assortment this year? I know I've got one question. Are you going to be bringing any AFGs, 4s or 6s?
Yeah, as long as that stuff is available still to purchase. We get orders monthly for tag products as well as the Enola Gay grenades as well. So more than likely we should have a good assortment of all the pyro at the event.
That's great. Do you take pre-orders?
Yeah.
We can, and we could put up a link and stuff for that. Our website has been having some growing pains and some problems. Every time we try to do it, we're not seeing the orders or they're not coming through or whatever. So if I can get that figured out here in the next, couple weeks, I have no problem getting you guys a link and we can put it up for that stuff.
Oh, that'd be great.
A lot of guys, we do sell a lot of pre-orders. A lot of people that know us that come to the, we've been going there since Bad Blood came to EMR. And a lot of people will call us and just order over the phone or we'll send them an invoice or whatever. But we'll try to get a link up for that to make it easier on people.
Great.
I still have a patch from that year, man.
What's that?
I still have a patch from that year. You guys gave me a patch the year you guys came to Bad Blood.
Okay.
We 2 weeks ago we talked about uniforms and pretty much what's the word I'm looking for here? The not so strict adherence to certain parts of the uniform requirements, right? And one of the questions was headgear. And we always say headgear must match your uniform, but in the same breath, we say gear doesn't have to match. I know Moondog and I, we consider things like helmets and hats to be part of your uniform, not so much your gear.
Yeah, not so much like that.
So we get players on like Green's Army showing up with black helmets. Do you have any kind of camouflage and colored helmet covers you can offer?
Yeah, we can bring an assortment of that stuff as well. I know your game has multiple factions, so we could look into making sure we have something for all the factions. And I do agree the headgear thing for events and the uniforms and the gear is always one of the biggest problems to, you don't want to force everyone to get every color camo and everything like that, especially when you have a lot of young people and people who don't have the funds, but yeah, we'll look into making sure we supply a good amount of that stuff as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even camo tape.
That was one of the ideas that Timmy came up with. He was just going to buy an assortment of the proper color tapes, but people might not want tape on their gear. So if Paul can provide some kind of covering, then it's a win-win.
Airsofters, it's like 25% playing airsoft to 75% looking good.
Yeah, it's all about the fashion.
These guys are like, you're not putting tape on my $200 helmet. You know what I mean? So we'll try to make it that we can help them people out.
That'd be
Bring
great.
a thing of Gooby Gone and they'll be happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My airsoft gear is trash. Like, I've never cared about that stuff. That my stuff is like, they're like, you own a store and your gear looks like that. I'm like, yes. I just don't. I go to play. I don't really care what it looks like.
Hey, my gear is, no lie, at this point is 60 plus years old is most of my gear. So
yeah,
I get it. I still run around the woods with a steel pot on my head. So I understand, So let's talk a little bit about the teching. I know you did the broad overview. Like, what do you normally see when people come to you for emergency fixes?
A lot of times, especially at Bad Blood, it's wiring problems and fuses. And also, like, once again, it's EMR. We get a lot of rain there, a lot of bucking problems, a lot of moisture in the barrels, stuff like that. So for the most part, I'd say motors, wiring, and fuses are probably the three biggest quick fixes we have at this event.
Motors go so bad at Bad Blood, man. I've had like 4 die.
Yeah, it's airsoft too. Like I said, you never know. It could be that $200 motor or that $25 motor. They both could go bad at this event. It's possible. So
sure.
Even your stock motors, man.
What about HPA stuff? You carry HPA accessories, tournament locks, things like that?
Yeah. Are you doing tournament locks this year?
Oh yes.
Okay,
we always try to.
We've always done tournament locks.
Unless the regulator has the built-in lock, then we do the double zip tie. But if you don't have a built-in, you got to have an external lock. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So last year we really didn't sell. That's why I just asked, because last year we really didn't move any. Where other years where you required it, even if it had a built-on lock, you still required an external lock. So that's why I asked. But yeah, we have ones that we designed and got made years ago, and we have we can bring them.
That's great.
Yeah, please do. I don't know what happened last year because there's so many different makes and models. I don't know if it was.
I think people are kind of finally coming around, and those who are using HPA, they know that there are very few, if any, real organized events that don't require a lock. So if you run an HPA, you got a lock anyway.
Yeah,
when I first got into HPA, I had to learn how that all worked, man. Regulators were real complicated, and I knew going into it I needed to get some things like that.
Yeah, most regulators now have the tournament lock built on them as well. So
yeah, but we got some old schools that still require it. I think the original Polar Star stuff still requires it. If anybody's still running that, good on them. But yeah, cool. Just I want to make sure that it's available, because somebody got a new rifle for their birthday, and hey, it's HPA, and I'm an AEG guy. What do I do? Well, here, this is what you need, or you're not getting through Chrono Line. Sin's not going to let you. So,
if you think Polar Star or Polestars are the like OG gas guns, no, there's some old guns. I have one here that blow back and everything, and those you never had a regulator on back then.
Oh right, yeah.
This is 20 plus years ago.
Yeah, we actually made for the Wolverine products. There are guns now that come with the air stock built on. There's no real way to tournament lock them, so we made an actual clasp that goes around that a zip tie then can go through, so no one can.
That's cool.
That as well.
That'd be perfect. Might have to pick one up.
Yeah, because we do see that's kind of the nature of this beast. With the sheer amount of people we get, we we see everything, just every kind of AEG under the sun. And then all of a sudden the tanks start showing up and you're like, okay, I've never seen that before. How does this work? And then, the actual user is showing us how it works when we're trying to make sure he's safe. We're like, okay.
Luckily, you got me and Sin for that now.
Yeah. And that's great. We know who to tap for the right things, but like, don't ask me. I don't know. I'm the wrong guy to ask about teching anything. I couldn't fix my own stuff. That's why I send it out if I really need to. So
Send it out or buy a new one.
yeah. So early chrono this year is going to start. I can't remember my schedule. What time is early chrono schedule? Here we are. So early chrono is going to open at about 4:00. What on Friday? What time do you think you guys can? Are you going to be set up for? Curious. I'm not sticking you to anything, but when can we expect to be able to shop at Jackal?
We usually set our tents and stuff up Thursday night. So by the time Timmy allows people to start coming on property, we're usually a good 75% or so set up by then.
Oh, good.
So I would say by the time you guys are ready to roll with your chrono and stuff, we'll already be up for a couple hours, I would think.
Very good. Very good. Nobody's asking any questions. My agenda is good. I just want to see if there's anything else. So how long have you been joining us at EMR since the beginning we started there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how many years it's been now, honestly.
It's like 10 probably. I think when did we move to EMR? Was it 2016?
2016 or 2017, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it has to be 9 or 10 years now. I was doing events there, I think, for a year or two before you guys came and started doing events. So yeah, I'd say it's probably about that now.
Great. We like having everybody there, and the more the merrier. I know you've got competition, but want to make
Jackal's
sure
always
people
the
know
hookup.
what's that.
Yeah.
Jackal's always the hookup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just they're right there. Set up right in front. You gotta go through them.
Reliable.
Didn't you have like a shooting range or something the past couple of years?
Yeah, we didn't bring it last year because the year before we didn't. It's a lot of work and we weren't having enough interest. And I get it though. Like these players, when they're done for the day, they're done. You know what I mean? Like getting these players to come off the field, especially in one of these 100-degree days. I remember 2 years ago, we had like 3 heat. That year, expecting these players to come off the field after a long day in the heat and do it just wasn't happening. So that's why we stopped kind of bringing it because it was a lot of work for like 10, 15 people to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably a better thing to set up for Sunday than Saturday.
Yeah,
I was going to say Friday.
Or yeah,
I think it'd be much better Friday.
Yeah, because we have a whole bunch of different shooting systems. We had them all set up at the Great American Outdoor Show in February, where we served like I think it was like 90,000 people.
Wow, so that's great. I was going to ask you how that went for you guys.
It's a crazy a lot of work. It's it consumes your life for like 13 straight days with setup, tear down, and being there. So it's a lot of work.
Where was that?
In Harrisburg.
Harrisburg, yeah. Yeah, it's the biggest outdoor show in the world.
Yeah,
it goes for a whole week, 2 weekends. So yeah, that's a lot of commitment there.
Headkill and Mark, did you guys go to that one too?
We didn't go this year. We've been in the past. And
yeah, I didn't go this year either because it's too close after SHOT Show. Unfortunately, it's basically like the week after, a week or two after. So it's crazy.
That's how it was for me. I literally get home from SHOT Show and have 2 days.
I got
to go there and set up for 3 days to be there for the 9 straight days. Then,
yeah,
wow,
that's too much. I couldn't do it.
Believe me, it is too much. It was this year. I went back to work this past year. A company I used to work for offered me a huge promotion and to be in charge. So I did that because I felt like I couldn't turn it down. And then so I had to do that on top of SHOT Show.
Oh no!
It was like, oh my God, I don't know where I'm going to find time. So I was like, it was rough. Luckily, I have a lot of good volunteers and a lot of good associates and my family as well. If they wouldn't have all pulled together, I would halfway through I was like, I can't do this next year. I can't do this next year. But then I always feel guilty because people expect us to be there, So,
and a fair amount of stamina.
Yeah.
I already booked my room for SHOT Show next year.
Oh shoot, I forgot to do that. Because were you saying, Nick, that there was some sort of promo for Caesars?
That was another Nick, but yeah,
Oh, sorry.
other Nick in the group. But yes, there's some Caesars promo going on. I always Airbnb myself.
Yeah, because you're bougie like that.
No, it's actually more. It's cheaper to do that.
Cheaper,
right?
technically, yeah.
I went with Circus again, $75 a night. So I was like, all right, I'll take it.
I stay at Haraz, and it's definitely not $75 a night.
No, it's like 3 times as much.
So you paid $75 a night. I think I paid maybe because there's a four guys with us that we do that. Comes down to maybe $250 or whatever for the whole trip.
Well,
That's a big, yeah, that's one night over at Harris.
So that's why we do that. And at least a couple of us have cars too, so then we're able to get around and go to the events. So
we were only there 3 nights this time, and my bill was like $1,100 or something for like 3 nights. So
I'm literally I'm a 4 walls in the bed kind of guy. I don't really care. So
unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but my wife comes with, and we make it a little vacation too. So we try to be a little nice. I guess.
Yeah, I know what you're saying here. I'm gonna have to upgrade. Just with my wife insists on it now. She's like, no, I'm not gonna stay at Caesars again. I mean, at Circus again. Like, okay, all right.
Get an Airbnb, man. That's the way to go.
I just don't want to deal with driving over there every morning.
It's not that bad once you get used to it. I mean, you're used to traffic by you, right?
Well, if we stay at Harrah's, it's walking distance. I mean, you just
walk
go
right there. Walk right in.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally connected to the Caesars Expo. So you just walk out the back of the hotel, and you're.
Oh, you talk about you think about doing the link?
Either Link or Harrah's, but it's like $2 or $3 a night difference, or like $10 a night difference. Harrah's is technically closer than the Link, but the Link's got a little more hipster vibe to it.
You could all just splurge and stay at the Venetian and.
I can't afford that.
Leave 6 people to a bed at the Venetian.
Brother, I just got the gumption this year to reserve a bunkhouse privately. Are you kidding?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I booked up my hotel for Bad Blood too. We're staying in Gibson, right for like 10 minutes away from the field.
That's the best Holiday Inn Express in the world. I'm telling you.
Is it? All right.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Their breakfast is everything's so clean. The same women have worked there for 12, 13 years. When I call, they know who I am. They give me my exact room every time.
Oh, that's great.
Perfect. We
usually stay at the Holiday Inn down in Dixon City. But it's like, it's a little too far. Let's stay a little bit closer. That's 45 minutes opposed to 10 minutes away.
Yeah, I'm surprised you were able to get that, because previous times I tried to book in there, they're already booked out for because of all the fracking workers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Usually, if you call though, even if the website's booked out, if you call them, you can tell them, "Oh, put me on a list." If a room opens, and usually within like a day or 2, they call you.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's a good tip.
So that goes for anybody who's watching now or after the fact. If you're not staying in a bunkhouse or a campsite, start looking into rooms now, because they will go quick.
They fill up fast, guys.
You can feel like get an Airbnb, but
tell them at Gibson and Holiday Inn Express that you're with EMR, and you'll get a discount too.
Yeah, that's a good spot. I was only able to go there the first year and stay there the first year, and then
as soon as you guys announce your date, I go on and book it. I assume the first weekend I see you guys put a date up, I go on and book it.
Good. So wait, I'm not gonna ask that question out loud. Never mind. I'm looking forward to it. A nice real bed and a nice hot shower. Buck can stink for the weekend. I don't care. So.
Listen, brother, I've got my dude wipes, and I will live with that. I have done it every single year and hotbox the tent. I think I can do it in a bunkhouse. I think I'll be all right.
What about Mark? What do you do?
They do have cold showers there, I think, at EMR. They used to anyway.
Yeah.
Depends on the bunk. Depends on which one you get, because some of them have it. I think most of the ones that have it have the are the team bunks of the guys that are there like really often.
Yeah, right outside before you get to the bunkhouses, there's like a wall where he has some cold shower.
Oh, yeah. I I haven't seen those. Those must be new.
A couple years ago. Like I said, I don't know if they're still operational. I've never used them, but they were there.
I found this thing on Amazon a couple weeks ago that is literally just a shower head and a hose hooked up to an immersive heater.
Mhm.
So you just drop that in a bucket of water, and in like a minute, you've got 95-degree water. Done.
Yeah, we've thought about getting one of the portable shower things as well, because you can get like the camping ones. But
Mhm.
for a weekend, I'm good.
It's an option. So, but you're not the only person who's going to be, wet wiping, bathing it for a weekend. So it's not
And
that
that
big.
is why I bring a family pack.
Ah,
Because if you're staying in my tent, your balls aren't smelling.
Mark, what do you do?
We usually camp. We have for the last 2 years and the last couple events. But one of the guys in the group that we're bringing up with us, he's military, and he said no. He said if there's bunkhouses, we're getting a bunkhouse. Okay,
Yeah. Did you already reserve it?
he did. Yeah.
All right, good. Yeah. So anybody, if there's right on the
Get on it.
EMR
Get on it
website.
now if you guys are getting a bunkhouse, because
Bunkhouse,
to be
yeah.
said,
or a campsite, you got to reserve either one. So it's on the EMR website, right under the registration. Don't call EVIC; they have no idea what you're talking about. And don't call EMR to ask about your ticket. He doesn't know what you're talking about. So,
as well with the bunkhouses, I know that some of them are under construction this year, I believe. I think Timmy's doing renovations on some of the older bunkhouses. So
yeah, he had mentioned it. Yeah.
He even said he was
sure.
taking some of them down that were just beyond.
Yeah. I don't know to what degree everything is, but I know he's trying to make room for some new big things.
Yeah,
they're constantly updating and making new cool shit there every day.
He's got some big plans for this year. I'm really excited to see what he can pull off. So I know it's
the same.
I know it's a one-man show a lot of times for him, so he can only do so much. But I'm excited if he can come to fruition.
I'm always so impressed.
Ideas.
Always so impressed.
Oh yeah, I would never ask for anything more or less from what he's doing. He does a great job.
He absolutely does. Does the
Our
absolute
previous,
damnedest
our
that he
previous
can.
field, I think, finally just shut down for good, right, Nick?
Yes. So yeah, back where we used to have Bad Blood in upstate New York,
PSI.
PSI. Unfortunately, yeah, they retired. I think just earlier this year. I saw the post on Facebook, and I was like, "Whoa, that's the end of their era." Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get up there for like one of the last games. But yeah, they're the biggest field in upstate New York that we were playing at.
Mhm.
There was multiple fields, lots of hills, lots of rocks. It was a haul, and it was a slug. And that's where everything started. Like, I think Primer posted a picture where we're all sitting on that hill, like one of the first Bad Bloods, just the whole group of us.
Yeah.
So sad to see that go, but we wish them well on their endeavors, or retirement, I guess.
Yeah. Good luck to them.
Yeah,
genuinely.
I know, Tom, you've got a hard stop. Do you want to talk a little bit about our giveaway real fast?
Oh yeah. So for everybody out there, I'm giving away a $50 gift card to EVIC, and all you have to do is be a current ticket holder to Bad Blood. So let me just post up a link to the page for the contest. But if you enter the contest, all you have to do is upload or enter in the form your order number, just to confirm, so that we can confirm that you have purchased your ticket, and of course your contact information, and then we'll be drawing the winner live on the live stream on the 15th. So everybody who enters, I'll put your name on the wheel of names, and we'll do a live drawing. Technically, no purchase necessary to I just because of sweepstakes laws or whatever. There is a technical way to enter. You'll read the details, but if you already have a ticket, great. And if your friends are thinking about going, tell them to get their ticket now. That way they can enter the contest. and I'll post up. Let me just post up on the YouTube page.
Yeah, I know some people have, this happens a lot. You get one person who buys like a block of tickets, right? So just give that ticket number to, yeah, right, exactly. Just give that ticket number to everybody who has signed up. And because, contact details are going to be different. So, you don't have to say, okay, well, I bought 6 tickets. I can only enroll once. Well, yeah, you can, but you got 5 friends. So,
Yeah.
and did you say what it was for? I missed that.
So it's for a $50 EVIC gift card, and we'll also just so that just share the wealth. I'll include a runner-up prize, which I'll reveal at on our on the show on the 15th. So yeah, so I posted up a link on the chat and YouTube to my contest page. And it's at moondogindustries.com/badblood2025 early bird. And it's for all the early birds who got their tickets early. And if you do need, and while you're there, check out moondogindustries.com/contest for any of the contests that I'm running currently on the website as well.
Good. Thank you so much.
No worries.
And I'll make sure, all the different planning groups and the chats, because everything's just, now just in chats, which is great. Make sure everybody knows the link, and, if you haven't bought your ticket, I don't know what you're waiting for, because teams do sell out. I don't know what Buck's listening to. That's fine. Teams sell out. So if you've got a hankering to be on a specific faction, make sure you get your tickets now. Don't wait till the last minute.
Absolutely.
All mine tomorrow.
Yeah, very good. So yeah, get your tickets in and enter the contest. Get a good chance to win that gift card or one of the other prizes that we'll have, and we'll be giving it out on the May 15th show.
Outstanding.
May 15th. We're less than 60 days out. Less than 2 months out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Start hydrating. Start drinking water, please. Regularly, I beg of you.
Especially if it's like.
Why are you dehydrated? Because no, sir. I'll tell you why. Because you're not feeling good.
I have to do it. I have to. We talk about hydration. I have to do it. So, what were you saying, Mark or Paul? I cut you off.
I was just, bringing it up again about 2 years ago when there were multiple heat casualties. It's like, it is real. Like a good week or so before, you should be pounding them bottles of water to get ready for these events.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a relatively flat terrain, but that doesn't mean it's not a hard day. So
there's a lot of
body weight and ounces a day, gentlemen.
Well, you boys, I got to head off to choir practice tonight. I know that sounds a little too Boy Scouty for some of us, but yeah, I have choir practice for church this evening here on the left coast. One other plug for everybody: make sure you hit that like button if you're watching this on YouTube, and share our channel, because we'll be posting up our videos for the next live stream. Thanks, Paul, for joining us. I'm just going to head out. Stay for those of you watching and listening. Stay on. I'm just the only one who's going to be dropping off.
All right, Moondog, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, gentlemen.
So, as a vendor, you're in the staging area most of the day. Well, actually, the whole day, with some of the kind of the weird shit you've seen out there, because we've got some stories. What have you seen out there?
We've talking about the dehydration. We saw that one kid a couple years ago. He came off the field, started walking towards us, and just like collapsed.
Yep.
He had his camo on. He had sweat clothing on underneath the camo, and then he had like moisture clothing on underneath that in like a 95-degree day. And his excuse was, he said, "Well, my mom said she doesn't want me to get hurt." And I thought that was a pretty extreme thing, that the mom didn't want him to get hurt, but she bundled him up like it was wintertime to go play in 95 degrees. So
can't put
the purple dress in layers that you can remove if necessary, and bring extra socks because it does get wet. You don't want to.
We've also seen a good amount of people rushing the porta potties, holding themselves like they're getting ready to like crap. That we've seen that a couple times. So yeah, we've seen some fun things coming off the field during these events.
Yeah, it's a trip. Everybody's doing something different. Like it's you got 1,000 people all in their own little world, and it cracks me up every single year. I just can't fathom it sometimes. I don't understand what's going through their minds.
And that's one of the awesome things about airsoft, like you said about the 1,000 different people. It's like we're all like an airsoft is one sport or one game or whatever you want to call it that brings all different walks of life of people together. It is just crazy how different the amount of people are that come to these events, and it's it's fun, it's funny, but it's also awesome. Like I don't think there's any other thing like this that brings this many different kinds of people together. So.
Yeah, we talked about that a few weeks ago. The different styles of players you get all, lack of a better word, under the same roof for a weekend, and you got your speed softers, and you got your hardcore mill simmers, and you got your campers who just love just being out in the woods. A buddy of mine calls the immersive airsoft that we do, like period stuff. He calls it action camping. Because we're out there for these 48-hour, 72-hour games. Living in period correct tents and everything like that, pretending we're in the jungles of Vietnam in 1968. So it's we have fun with it. So you get all kinds, and I think it's great.
Yeah, we're all LARPers, whether people want to admit it or not.
I admit it. So, and then we got people who show up in kilts, which is also fine.
I was gonna bring up the kilt crew. There's always 5 or 6 of them in kilts.
I'm guilty of that, but I am tribal, so yeah. I'm going to be wearing this. You'll see me in this.
Is there underwear on underneath there or no?
I don't go full. I'm Asian, so I don't go full Scottish. Yeah. Right. Got to have some protection for the ticks. And make sure that's another thing too. Make sure you have bug protection.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I've never had a. You know what? I actually have a question for some of you guys, because it's a weird phenomenon that happens to me at EMR and at no other field. When I get home Sunday, the tops, my legs on the tops of where the tops of my boots are completely rashed out. Like I've got it. It's like I was just walking through poison ivy for a weekend, but I know I wasn't. But it's just my legs, and it's just EMR.
Could be the brush there or something, and I don't know. I'm allergic to poison ivy. So I can tell, but it takes like a week or two before that, or like a week before it really hits me. But yeah, I just scrubbed out, and I'm wearing a kilt and boots out there, so I've actually not had a lot of problems. It may just be something in the brush that you're walking through or whatever that doing that, or it could just be chafing. you never know.
Well, yeah, it's
Could be chafing
every year. Yeah, I get home, I take off all my crap, take off my boots, and then right where my boots and my socks are is just this weird leg rash. I can't explain it.
I occasionally bring water lock.
Yeah.
Because I tape up my boots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, boots. Boots are a big thing. Break them in now if they're new.
Yeah, don't wear sneakers.
I just ordered my boots for it.
Proper footwear is key. Yep.
Yeah, sneakers are bad. I call them the motocross players because they're always wearing the moisture wicking, Fox jerseys. I've seen people out there in cleats, soccer and baseball cleats. Don't do that. Wear something that covers your ankle at least.
You need ankle protection. I will roll an ankle out there and hurt myself. Because
a couple times. I've rolled my ankle out there multiple times and still played through it. And I don't advise that. Please don't do it. I am an idiot. Yeah. You are not. Be better than me.
Especially, because I'm going to say the W word. I apologize. We don't know what the weather's going to be like. So there are spots out there that if they get wet are really, really gnarly. You're going to want something that can offer you traction. Yes, I know cleats give you traction, but
you can't get traction on wooden structures.
Exactly. You can't get traction on wood. You can't get traction on rocks, so nothing.
If you're going to rock things like sneakers, guys, my genuine recommendation is get something that is at least a high top, because you want that ankle support of some kind to a higher degree. Even if you're more comfortable in those kinds of sneakers, you want that little bit of extra cushion. You really do.
Yeah, the ramps at the castle can get pretty crazy if you don't have some proper footwear.
Yeah.
So.
Every time.
And the castle is always in play. People think it's the most important part of the whole field. So you got people up and down all day long trying to get in and out of that castle. And then if it's wet or if it's paintball paint covered.
Oh, it's always paintball paint covered.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
rough.
just want to say to everybody that came in the castle last year, y'all got baited out because it wasn't even in there.
Yes, the red cooler in the castle is Headkill's lunch, not a sample. Leave it alone.
Baited.
He does it every year. That's his lunch. There, yes.
It says Head Kills Lunch, not a sample. I've had many people go and find my sandwich.
Pretty sure I've seen someone take your sandwich by accident.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen it. Oh, it's the sample. No, it's
You
not.
You gotta bring it like packed full of bologna sandwiches.
I remember years, Headkill, you might remember this. Back when we were at PSI, we used to do booby trap samples.
Oh yes,
we used to do fake samples too. So those were
I
fun.
got some good video of that. Yeah, we had little snappers that you open the box.
I can do that, Ian.
Yep.
Don't tell me I can do that, because I have someone in my team that makes that type of shit and will spend all month doing that.
Hey, if you want to set up a line of claymores around your sample, I'm not going to stop you. That's your prerogative. So, and maybe we can get Jackal to carry claymores. That's go for it.
Oh, and just got to make sure that there's no actual like trip wires.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no trip wires. All you tribals out there trying to be the jerks that you are, no trip wires, because people aren't looking for that kind of thing. You got 1,000 people running around a field. The last thing they need is some fishing line strung between two trees, and guess what? Here comes the ambulance. So
yeah.
Don't
we've
make me do my job while I'm on vacation.
We're not even going to get into that. So, all right, Paul. So, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to hopefully nice, sunny, cooler Bad Blood.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
That's never going to happen.
I know.
I host, brother. Not a chance.
I host 2 games a year at EMR, and one's this weekend. They're calling for rain all weekend, and I'm sure the next one will be rain as well. It's just happens.
Tell us about it. What are you doing this weekend?
What's that?
Tell us about it. What's this weekend?
I mean, I don't want to talk about my games during your game.
No, go ahead. That's why we're here. Go ahead.
We have our 11th downfall event is this weekend. It's a 2-day. We call it our airsoft event, not our Milsim event, because it's our only event we do that we allow like all ages of players to come. So we do 8 hours on Saturday, 4 hours on Sunday. We usually have a band there Saturday night, but with the rain, we might have to cancel them this year. So
you offer any kind of night play?
Not at this event. We don't. This one's just day play. All the other events have night play. But.
All right. Sounds great. Yeah, we will have night play at Bad Blood, which is great. That's confirmed and locked in. Friday night we have a night game. It'll be short, but it's still a night game for those of you who need that in the dark kind of thing. Run by our buddy Primer, who always puts on a great show. And then he'll make you famous with his camera.
I can finally participate.
Don't take it out.
I can finally do it.
Oh, what is that? Wait.
That nods.
Oh, geez. Well, how much did that run you?
200.
Oh, okay. That's not
bad.
Yeah, not bad at all for nods.
What are they, Gen 1s?
Amazon.
Okay.
Night boxes.
It's probably just like a UV light, camera, little screen type of thing. Not really
pretty much
true nods, but if it works.
I've used 60-year-old night vision technology, and other than the fact that it weighs an absolute ton, it works. You know, they say, "Oh, if it's not Gen 3, I'm not using it." Okay, well, I can see you just fine in my Gen 0, so knock yourself
Hey,
out.
my nods were
I
stolen
can-
last year at an event, so
Oh,
at least there's a less of a chance of your Gen Zeros being taken over by Gen 3s, obviously. So
I will gladly take my Chinese knockoffs because when I frag you, you're going to be laughing. And
But do they work? Have you actually tried them?
Yes, because I actually fielded them at Thunderdome 5 or Thunderdome 4, whatever the fuck it was.
Well, it's not like I'm going to get to see them at Syndicate, but whatever.
Sorry, dude. Told you. I am financially recovering from a car accident.
Yeah,
Oh man, that sucks.
yeah. What's the other event you run, Paul?
at EMR, I do an event called Night Sky. We do a 12-hour straight mill sim. Starts at noon, ends at midnight. We do that. That's like the first weekend in August this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was plugging
Who's gonna be
one of your last events.
Do you still have tickets for this weekend's game available? Or are you sold
Yeah,
out?
well, I usually will run tickets up through tomorrow yet, and then I'll cut it off tomorrow night.
All right. And what's your age limit? I know you said it's all ages, but you got to cap it.
It's 12. It's 12 to run around. You I shouldn't say by yourself, but you don't have to be accompanied. Anything under 12, you have to be accompanied with an adult.
All right.
Usually, I would say the average player base of this game, I shouldn't say the average, but the youngest we usually have is that 12 to 14-year-old player. Probably is probably a lot of the youngest we have.
So Bad Blood is basically a giant scavenger hunt. What's the basic theme of Downfall?
So with Downfall is we have control points at obviously the main areas of EMR, and we hide little flags that have the team's logos on the flags, and you have to take those flags and put them in a flag stand at each control point. Each flag you put in is worth 100 points, and the other team can't touch it or move it. But once you get 3 flags in, you unlock the middle section, which is red. You can put a flag in that, and that one's worth 1,000 points. But that one, the other team can remove. So you have to protect it until we take score, which is every 1 to 2 hours.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
So
how many factions do you run for that? Is it
just 2.
Green on tan kind of thing?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds great.
We had a hell of a time at Apocalypse, which that was awesome.
Thank you. We try.
Great. So anything else you want to you want us to be prepared for with what Jackal can do for Bad Blood?
Yeah, one thing we talked about the teching a little bit, and obviously when hundreds of guns go down, there's only so much we can do. So please bear with us. We'll be as honest as we can if we don't think we'll get to it or not. And also if you do leave guns with us, please come back and get them before we close up and leave on Sunday. Because last year we took about 5 guns home that we had to ship to people then once they contacted us. Don't leave your stuff with us, but what to expect. If there's anything that people want to see that we don't normally bring to the event, you can reach out to us, on our website or email or whatever. And we'll try to bring you whatever. I mean, at this point, there's not a lot of companies in airsoft that we don't have accounts with and we can't get stuff. So, let us know what you want to see and we'll make sure we have it there.
That sounds great. Yeah. Looking forward to it. We always appreciate you being there and being there for our players. Cause that's really the crux of it. It's a charity event. We want everybody out there having as much fun as possible. And, when tech fails, which it will, we know that, you've got options. So you can either, buy something new. Hopefully you can get it fixed if it's an easy thing, fuse a bad wire or something like that, and get everybody back out on the field as fast as possible. So that really means a lot. And I hope everybody can really at least be happy in the fact and satisfied that they know that if there's a problem, they have somewhere they can go, and also with, I've seen your retail offerings, you've got everything we could possibly need. And like you said, if there's something that, special you want, reach out and they'll see if they can get it for you, which is great. A lot of other places can't do that or won't do that. It was like, oh, well, I brought it.
Their past collection.
What's that?
Don't
patch
forget to
collection.
check their patch collection.
And
Most of my wall of patches is from Jackal.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. I bet you we figured it out. I bet you we sell like 6,000 patches a year. I bet you we're somewhere around that right now. Like we sell. It's unbelievable the amount of patches we sell at events. It's crazy.
well, we do plan on having an unofficial patch swap Saturday evening.
Okay,
So
that's
if
cool.
you want to maybe showcase some of your older stuff that you might want to
Most of
swag
this
out.
wall is Jackal, including
big
their
Jackal.
massive, the big Jackal patch.
The
10
10-year
years.
That's great. Very nice.
Maybe I'll get a special patch made for your swap patch, and I'll only trade it at that when people.
That'd be
come up for
awesome. That'd be great. Just
That'd be incredible.
something that you can only get at this one place, this one time. Yeah, that'd be great. Can't wait for that. So
I might have to bring some of my SHOT Show swag that I bring back. I get tons.
Absolutely.
I feel bad because you and Scoot and Stick had like 6 of those big old bags by the time we were done. I couldn't even fill one. Like I was with Moondog the whole time, shooting video while they're out there just collecting as much swag as humanly possible. I don't know how you guys did it.
My wife probably brought home 50 pens from SHOT Show this year.
Oh, geez. I know one of the guys who was with us, he actually brought an empty suitcase knowing that he was going to fill it with swag to send
That's
home.
what I do.
Wow.
Do you really? Oh, gee. Yeah.
I stick my carry-on, like with my clothes and stuff, inside my giant duffel bag that I bring, and that I fill that with all the swag that I bring back.
I just put a suitcase inside my suitcase. We were just in Japan for Star Wars Celebration.
Oh,
I did that just a pile with Star Wars stuff to bring back, a whole suitcase worth. So
awesome.
We could do a whole episode on Star Wars, so I'm not even gonna start. But
other than probably Airsoft in my family, Star Wars probably my next love. So in fact, we're watching Andor as soon as I'm off with you guys. So
haven't even started season 2 yet.
Started it yet.
So yeah, if it's
I still gotta watch
half as
Skeleton
good
Crew.
as season 1, then it's a winner.
it's better. It's much better, and I love season 1. So
Paul rented a whole local theater to watch Star Wars once.
oh, every time a new show comes out.
All right. And they announced that Hayden Christensen's coming back for Ahsoka, so I'm good.
Yeah. Yep.
All
Gentlemen,
right.
I'm gonna have to check out.
All right, Mark. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
See you, Buck.
Have a good evening.
All right.
Nice to see you, buddy.
See ya, Mark.
It's all right, Buck. We're winding up. What do you got going on other than you're recuperating?
Not too much. You can catch me every once in a while over at Capital Combat Zone when I'm on one of my days off. That's really about it. That's about all you can catch me at. You can catch me at Tubbs' wedding. If you guys know who Tubbs is.
Awesome. Headkill, what are you up to?
Just been doing a lot of real steel stuff, actually. Do a lot of events here, training people, new shooters, and everything like that. So, if you're in the Jersey area, look up the Second is for Everyone Diversity Shoot and the Coalition of New Jersey Firearm Owners, where we do a lot of education, and airsoft bleeds into that because that's how you train when you can't get to the range.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. All right, gentlemen, I think we are good. Paul, I want to thank you again for presenting Jackal with us, and we really look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me. I had a blast. Thank you.
So with that, I'm Ian, and this was Bad Blood. See you in 2 weeks. May 15th, we'll be giving away a $50 EVIC gift card. See you then.
Woo!
See you later.